I was sitting in here and Scott came into my office. He's like, hey, Darla and I want to do something for you guys for the volunteer team. What do you need? I just was like, a forklift. I didn't know what he was, I didn't know if he's talking $100 or $1,000. And he gave me a dollar amount and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, let's look at that. I'm like, you're serious? He said, yeah. I'm like, all right. We put up posters and we're doing that, and people just they saw it. They saw that what we needed, because certain projects that we do, we're on wait because of the ops guys are using that stuff and we have to wait our turn. That's just kind of how it is. But now we don't, and they saw the need, and people it was unbelievable. Like Marie and Paul Savi, Marie's father passed away. She gave me a check from his estate. Another guy, Paul Wilfer, he came to me and he's like, hey, Jody, can I still give to that? I'm like, sure. Very unassuming man, you would never know it. Same thing, his mother passed away, gave us a check, a couple of $1,000s to go towards that. And then Clink also donated whatever we needed on top of what we raised. So there are a lot of other smaller donors which are just as important, because without all of them we would not have made our goal at all. People who gave the most, Scott and Darla, got to name it. The money that they gave came from Darla's dad's estate, and they gave us even more. I think they gave some of their own personal money on top of that to help with that amount of money. They're like, well, we don't really want to name it. I'm like, well, what was your dad's name? They're like, Jack. I said, that's a great name. Some people gave online I didn't even know. I'm like, oh my God. So when she came in, I'm like, she goes, yeah, it's no big deal. I just paid with my credit card, which isn't a big deal to her, but to us it is. Great attitude, right? That people have. Tim and Lynn, Tim Geiger and his wife, they did the same thing. They gave us money, and then they gave Feeding America money for food, and Steve Fussfeld did the same thing. Paul Wilfer did the same thing. They gave to the Forklift Fund, but they still gave money for food, which they do normally. I thought that was pretty fantastic. It says something about them as a group and how much they believe in our mission and what we do. I don't know that I've worked anywhere where it's been like all just volunteer based. I mean, that might not seem like a big deal to a lot of people, but to us it is. I mean, and it speaks a lot about the community, as everybody calls it, that we've built here.